From the Union Daily Times. You'll have your next question, and Jim, you will go first.
I think it's on. Okay. I apologize. I'm a little new to the debate process. This would actually be my first one, so bear with me. My question is, I've heard from my position here in Union County, and I'm new to Union County, but as far as jobs go, when the mills left, part of the problem with getting new jobs here is education for people who were working at the mills that might not have the education needed to go into some of those higher tech jobs that are currently being offered in some of the places in Union County and around Union County. So I guess my question would be, in your role in Washington, is there anything, any programs that you guys would suggest to get people the education they need? Not necessarily students, but the people who lost their jobs and the people who are struggling to get jobs now in a new high-tech economy.
Well, don't feel bad. This is my first debate, too. I appreciate where you're coming from. Again, this is back to the issue of jobs and what do you do when jobs leave. Notwithstanding focusing on the issue of why companies continue to leave, what do we do for those who are left behind, who don't have the marketable skills to get the jobs in the new economy? Again, part of that goes back to a recognition of needing to have a vision and understanding where the economy is going. We've been transitioning from an industrial economy to a service-oriented and information economy for many, many years. And we haven't done enough to encourage people to become lifelong learners. Now, I believe if we took a fair amount of the money that we waste in Washington with the Department of Education and allowed the states the control to implement programs that help those within their state boundaries who've been displaced because industry left, to have access to retraining programs, that would help stabilize the economy and give people an opportunity to attain the skills that they need. That's right.
At the risk of costing myself your vote, I got to go back to what I said originally. I think something can be a wonderful idea and still not be a federal idea. And I'm running for Congress. And the three questions a congressman ought to ask himself or herself is it constitutional? Is it sound public policy? And thirdly, is it affordable? With respect to job training, it is a fantastic idea. It is a state of South Carolina idea. When the furniture business left North Carolina, I would suspect that all of you would object if I sent your tax money to North Carolina to retrain people who used to be in the furniture business. Or when Boeing left Washington State to come here, we would object if our tax monies were sent to Washington State to retrain them. That is a function of the state of South Carolina. We got to lower the dropout rate. We've got wonderful technical schools. We actually have a wonderful basket of assets in the upstate, from advanced materials to automotive research to energy alternatives. We actually have the industry here. It's the function of the state of South Carolina to make sure the workers are trained and not the role of a congressman.
All right, Dave. Thank you. Well, I went through retraining, so I kind of know this. Back when the printing business was in decline, our family was in the printing business. I had gone to college, decided to come back home and be with the printing business. But you saw over a period of years of the decline, less and less business, and I thought, well, I've got to do something. I've got to make a change. And I thought about, well, possibly real estate. And I was 40 years old at the time. At 41, 42, I forgot what year in my life, I ended up going to law school. So I ended up doing something completely different in middle age, in a sense. If you think, excuse me, I don't mean to insult anybody, but you sometimes have to roll with the punches, and nobody's going to help you but you. And we've got to get away from the mentality that it's daddy government that is responsible for me. I'm sorry, I'm responsible for me, and we have to take individual responsibility in our lives, and everybody in Union knows that. But the concept that underlies sometimes even the questions, I'm not insulting your question, is the presupposition that government's got to help me. Not always. You got to help yourself. And that's the first consideration. What do I do to help me? The tech schools are there, the universities are there, and you got to be motivated to get out and do it yourself, even if you're 40, 42, 46, and have to go through a bar exam that you're not sure you're going to be able to pass. the embarrassment, and I was a state senator, it would have made front page. I passed it though.
All right, Christine.
Hats off to young Mr. Thomas at the age of 41. I will not tell you how old I was when my husband and I gave up 2 tenured jobs in Georgia and moved to the upstate for one untenured job, and I didn't have a job at all in 2006. And Ms. Floyd started training me in public relations and in working with accounts like the Woodruff Roebuck Water District. And it's hard to learn things that are new, but it is very satisfying. And it is a wonderful experience to suddenly realize that you can do something that you never dreamed of doing. And people who have not been encouraged to reach out and pull themselves up by their bootstraps are missing a great deal. That's what education is all about. We have wonderful educational resources here in the upstate, and I believe in people. I truly do. And I think maybe we could use some more people in union. So I would like to recruit more population for union as well as jobs. Thank you.
All right, Ken.